How should we interpret alleged reports that the U.S. canceled Minister Koo's visit to the U.S.? And what does that signal for the U.S.-Taiwan relations?
There appear to have been several factors, I think, that led to this postponement, if this is in fact what took place. The U.S. conducted major strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities at the end of June. It was reported that that was the primary reason. But I think it's fair to say that it was also likely that some U.S. officials worried that a visit by Taiwan's defense minister could complicate U.S. China trade negotiations. And the Financial Times reported that Minister Koo's visit was actually canceled after a call between President Trump and China's leader Xi Jinping. I'm confident that these policy talks will be rescheduled, but it is unclear whether they will be held at the level that was initially planned. As for what this signals, it suggests to me that there's a high level of sensitivity in the Trump administration about the US-China relationship.
It looks like the trade talks between China and the US have played a key role in the cancellation or delay of President Li's and Minister Koo's visit to the US. To what extent do you think Beijing's economic leverage is influencing the decision making in the Trump administration?
In terms of Beijing's leverage, I think what is really new is the willingness of China to deploy the rare earth restrictions against the United States. They did this in 2010 against Japan. It had mixed results. The Japanese were able to obtain the deliveries of the rare earth magnets through various means. And ultimately, China lifted those restrictions. But now the new element is that in our negotiations with China, the United States has allowed export controls to be on the table. We have never before said that any of our export controls are negotiable. Previous administrations, and particularly the Biden administration, but before it, the first Trump administration, refused to do this, saying this is connected to U.S. national security. But because of the nature of decisions that were taken, I think, by the Trump administration, the Chinese decided that this was a weapon that they were ready to use. And so they have weaponized rare earths.
How significant is a presidential or cabinet level visit to the US in the US Taiwan relations, given that the two still have cooperations in many other aspects?
Simply postponing one round of defense policy talks or postponing a presidential transit does not signal at all that there is any weakening in the US Taiwan relationship, although some may want to interpret it that way, and it may be used as a narrative. Potentially, Beijing might like to use this to send disinformation or propaganda to Taiwan that the United States is unreliable, which it has been doing over the last few years, trying to convince the public in Taiwan that the United States is unreliable and would never come to Taiwan's defense. So that is a potential problem that I think could be a consequence of the postponement of these visits.